What's happening, everybody? This is Cheryl from Diversified Project, and get ready, listeners. Today we have an amazing guest with us, and he's a content creator with 6+ million followers and have taken the Dublin city by storm with his hilarious pranks and outstanding costumes, as well as the mind-bending pranks. And please welcome Nick from Nickxar. Nick, nice to have you today with us.
Hi, thank you for having me. Hello, everybody who is watching and listening to this. Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing all about your epic pranks and the stories behind those pranks and all about your life experience and story and your life in Ireland as an immigrant. So we look forward to having this conversation with Nick in this podcast today. So, Nick, what would you like us to address you with? What your friends and your family would call you? Do they call you Nick or Nickxar?
Well, like people call me different names. Like even my friends, like since Nickxar, they before Nickxar, my name's Nick, of course. So, but then now they switched to Nickxar. So, wherever people feel comfortable to call me Nick or Nickxar, I turn my head because it's natural name for me. Nick and Nickxar, it's the same for me. So
Right.
wherever you like, wherever people like. So people on the street, they call me sometimes Nickxar. I'm like, oh, just like my normal name.
So in the show, we'll address you by Nickxar. Is
Okay.
that okay?
Yeah, it's
So that,
okay.
yeah. And right. So we are really interested to know about where you come from. I'm sure you're not from Dublin.
No, not from Dublin. Not from Ireland actually.
Tell us about your whole life journey and how did you come to Ireland and where are you originally from, Nickxar?
Well, originally I'm from Republic of Moldova. It's a small country in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't think many people know it. If who doesn't know it, they should just Google it, Moldova. So we speak Moldovan there, Moldovan, Romanian. We also I can speak Russian as well. So yeah, 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago, I just decided to come to Ireland just because the financial. I think Moldova it's actually considered one of the poorest country in Europe. So we financially were not very good there. So
And
because yeah,
and how is Moldova now? How are
now
the
it's
situations?
a little bit better because half of the population went away
Okay.
and then they sent money back to their kids' family. So now it's a little bit better. But because of that financially, I finished my university, my college, but couldn't do much with my degree. And I was like, I have to change to a country where people speak English and financially will be okay. And I chose Ireland.
Right, and that too, 6.5 years ago,
Yeah.
you were here. So you have seen Ireland transitioning quite a lot in the last 6.5 years,
Yeah.
as well. Like we are so multicultural now, and so when it comes to being coming as an immigrant in the country, how was it for you? Yeah, we. When did this? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about your journey. So when you stepped into Ireland, so how was that transition for you? Was
It was, how can I say, it was not actually easy for me because when I came here, like I didn't have a job, I didn't have many. I only had only a friend here, but when I came first, even first few weeks, I didn't have a house to live in. I lived in a hostel for a few weeks. So, and then eating food from the shops, like sandwiches and all that. And first day, second, third day, it's okay to eat sandwiches, but after a week or two, you just can't. And so with no house, no job, and I was living in a hostel. I don't know how much they cost now per night, but then I just paid like I don't know 12 euros per night or something. On a Sunday, Saturday was 15. So and then I knew that I had to find a job, like for whatever I find first, a job or a house. So and I printed my CV and just knocked on every door there was, and I just let my CV be there, and I just printed I think like 50 of them, and from those 50, one called.
right, and did it work out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That my idea of mine, like, yeah, I got a job only for the Christmas because I came before Christmas.
Right.
So I made some money, and then after Christmas, again without a job, but at least I had a job there, and that worked. And then in after a few weeks living in a hostel, actually in a few of them I had to change because we were like I stayed the maximum I can stay there, maximum days, and I had to change it until I found a house.
Right. Right, and then so when did the inception of the project Nickxar came up about? So now you've started your new job, and then there was another break, and then you went on with your another job. So how did this idea behind Nickxar was formed?
Yeah,
Yes. So what was the
it's
story behind this
the story
name?
behind it. It's
Yeah.
how can I say? It wasn't even when I came first idea to make a career online. I didn't know I would have the even my own name, Nickxar, even my Bushman pranks and all that. It was something else. I saw that I was changing jobs and jobs and jobs,
Okay.
and I was looking, what job do I like? And I worked in retail. I even worked. People might not believe this, but I even worked with in how can I say trash companies where I would. I think many listeners from Ireland. I actually took your trash from home, trash bins, like lifting them in those big trucks. So yeah,
Yeah.
and after a while, like I was like, I want to make some maybe money online, maybe start a career, but I didn't know what. First was like making challenges at home, like, oh, yeah, I actually should have put my private videos, a few of them at the beginning, but I deleted them. Now I regret it. But I was making some challenges at home, like, I don't know, eating an onion for a minute. And I was crying there eating the onion because like I had to finish in a minute. And that
Yeah.
was a challenge.
Okay.
But then I didn't get views for quite many times. I was doing challenges
Okay.
until I went and did a prank in a public video. So, and that prank was Bushman.
All right, and that's one of the most famous pranks of
Yeah,
yours, the Bushman prank.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one was a unique
Okay.
one because it's not the costume right now, like sitting. I went like, how can I say, I went into the forest and like in the so and I made a costume from real leaves, like
Did
yeah,
you?
yeah, like a
Wow.
yeah, like
So- yeah.
I spent there like 3 4 hours making it from real leaves to use it for just one day. I
Right.
was like, I'll just try it, and went out in the city in the park, and yeah, and I tried to, and it was not. Now I'm standing; it's really easy. But then I was like, it was like a blanket, and I put it on my back, and then I crouched down, and it was yeah, and it still worked. Still, people still got spooked and all that. And well, even on the first day, I got kicked out from that park. Sorry, from the park by security because they were like, "Oh, we don't like this," but people
Right.
were loving it.
Yeah.
And then they kicked me out, and people were like, "Oh!" And then I was outside the park, and people came to us, and they were like, "Oh, I really like what you're doing," and that because I was a little bit bummed. That was my first day. I was nervous
Yeah.
going in public, and even security of the didn't agree with that, and I was like, "Kind, yeah." But then people came to me and they like, "Oh, that's actually really good," and that made me my day. That was like I was like flying. I was like, "That's
Yeah.
so good!" Like I want to do this because
Got
people
more
like yeah,
encouragement. Yeah.
people liked it. What people was like, people the energy from people for what I did was what got me started. I was like, oh, because that lady was telling me, and I started smiling. I was like, did you really like it? And she was like, yeah. And I was
Right.
like, I should do more of this,
Yeah.
but I cannot spend another 4 hours to make for each video. Like I
It
had
took
to
you
make it, yeah, different
took you four
costume.
hours to make that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for that one. But then, yeah, then I was like, I have to make a costume when I can reuse it every single day.
yeah. And how did you go about that? To create a costume that you can reuse it all the time. I think till today you have that costume that you're bringing it out in the public.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not the same as the first version. I actually had to improve it. I had to change it.
Okay.
And first was like a dress.
Yeah.
So when I would walk, like I would walk with small steps because they wasn't large enough. And I used that for I know a year, and then I was like, I have to make like like trousers, because it'd be easier. And then I had to cut it and sew it and to make it as to have trousers. Like and now then I changed to that, and now it's a little bit easier. I can even run towards people. But first version was like just like as a woman puts on a dress. It was like that. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
and first version wasn't that actually that great. People I made a mistake to make it too short, and people could see my feed, and I was like, I have to change that, and I added to that, made it longer, and then after that I just made it to so I can actually run towards people. And now yeah, now it's pretty easy. Even now at this moment, I'm trying to improve it, because after so many years it's kind of the leaves fall off. Actually, every time when I go to film, I lose from that costume 10 leaves. I just leave it there, and now I have to constantly to improve it, constantly to invest into my that costume.
Yeah, and now let's go back to when you were looking for jobs in Ireland when you just moved in here. So initially, you were looking into finding a right job for you, and then here in the parallel side, you have entered into the content creation field. So did it come as a passion? Did you realize at some stage that this is what I would like to do for the long run? So how did you all find out that, wow, this is something I love and it goes on with my personality, and I love being out in the public, and I like doing the pranks and me. I think the question here is, how did you discover this talent of yours, and that, yeah, this is something I want to go for a long run?
Yeah. Well, it's how did I discover it? It's
Yeah.
like I said, like it's the vibe getting from people, making them laugh.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a positive person.
Yeah.
Sure, I have my days where it's not that positive, but I'm a positive person. And making people, I actually watch my own videos. Like, I know I'm there and I see the reaction like firsthand, but even after months and years, I rewatch my own videos, like, and I laugh, like I really put into, because when I watch my own videos, and it makes me laugh, and it gives me like, oh, that was a good day for me. And it's actually more than I thought, like, because I was like, the maximum I can do is like making somebody, I don't know, smile or something. But people then sometimes message me, and they actually are in a hospital or something like that, and I help them get through that disease or illness or something at tough times, or even depression. I had people tell me that. I never thought it would go to that. I was like, only to make people a little bit smile. That was enough for me. But never thought it would be so much more. And yeah, seeing that, hearing that is like, yeah, that's what I like. It's yes, yeah, sure, I make a career out of it, for I also get paid, but making people feel good and having a laugh and all that, that's actually very important for me, and that what drives me.
Definitely, and that's the beauty of your pranks, that it makes people laugh, it makes them really happy, exciting, and this is wonderful that people from the hospital reached out to you, that it your pranks make them happier. Now there is a positive aspects of these pranks. So, is there a prank that comes up in the top of the list for you, which you would like to share about? A prank that stands out in all the pranks that you have done so far.
A prank which stands out, of course,
Yeah.
like I make many kinds of, especially like I do loads of pranks with different costume at Halloween, but excluding that, like I try to do, okay, my main prank is like Bushman costume, of course.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Like it's so easy for me. People love that.
Yeah.
And also I do other pranks as well, like mannequin prank as well. And sometimes, yeah, other pranks, whatever pranks. I don't even know.
So many variety of, and they're so exciting to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I love Halloween. It's Halloween because it gives me. It's people love Halloween in Ireland as well, and
Yeah.
people don't get also upset. They actually love it to get scared on Halloween, and also for me, I can that a costume I cannot use it when it's not Halloween. So on Halloween, I can use the Halloween the entire month to scare every day with a different costume, because now I have at home so many of them. And Halloween, yeah, it's my favorite month.
Wow. Right. And also, let's go deeper into the back scenes. So, has there something that has ever gone wrong with the pranks? So, tell us a bit about it, because there is never ever like all the happy sides. I know you make people laugh a lot. You bring a spark in their life when they see you and when they watch your videos. But there must be an other side to it as well, which you had to deal with, like some challenges. Have there been those challenges with the pranks?
Yeah, like let's say from 1 to 10, I had 1 and 2 and even 10 like
Yeah.
challenges from 10 could be the
Tell us.
the hardest
Yeah.
one. I even had the 10. Yeah, I had always people who just, don't like it, don't like to be filmed. Just those are not. I'm used to that. Like
Okay.
somebody like coming to me, you know what? I didn't like what you're doing. Delete that. Oh no, it's fine. At the beginning, I was like bummed about it. Like I was like, but then I'm like, actually, you don't like it. Okay, I'll delete the reaction. Sorry about this. It's not your style. Have a nice
Okay.
day. But I also had where like people wanted to fight. Had
Okay.
those moments as well, and also had even for people calling the police as well, like guard like calling them just and Garda would tell us just what, because they had to do their job, and then we would change the street and would be 2 streets down and still going because people, not everyone likes it, no matter how much I try, and you cannot like everyone has different taste.
Right.
Yeah, but the biggest challenges I had like when when police came to, usually guards, they don't have like they don't have guns like with them carrying, because the Ireland, it's a quiet place. But when one incident where like I was doing my Bushman prank usual or something, and a guy came to us because he does not like or something, and he wanted to fight us, and then we defended us, and then he called the police himself as
Okay.
well, and many guards came with the cars. They blocked there because I don't know whatever
Yeah.
he told the police, and they came to, and yeah, I could not carry on because it was quite serious. Yes,
Okay.
I just went home after that, but they came there, blocked the street and all that, and we were sitting there in the street. The police just, they asked what's going on, ask him, ask us, and we said that and that. It was sorted out, but that was because it was usually I would if police comes for about a complaint or something, like one person or two come and like, hey, what's going on? But there came like 10 of them,
Yeah.
and I was like, what's going on here? And I was like, I'm just doing my Bushman prank here.
Right.
Why are they coming so many here?
Yeah.
And then was, yeah, one of the day which I will never forget. It's, but it is what it is. It's just one of the days which I had. I had other experiences as well where like, I don't know, like people would actually, some people don't really like it. So, but I don't have it that many of them. It's from 1,000 or something, I could have 10 people, because Ireland is such a great country.
Yeah.
The humor is here. I like the
Definitely.
humor.
Absolutely. And then the 6+ million followers as well. That's incredible. That's big support that
Thank
the
you.
project Nickxar has achieved. So Nickxar, so let's talk about the content creation journey. So when you started Nickxar project, it was 6 years ago,
Yeah,
can we
yeah,
say?
six, like
Yeah.
some, yeah.
Right. So how was that journey into content creation and social media was for you? Did you have to learn new skill sets, or and how was the support from your family and friends? So you came to Ireland by yourself. So you were a one-man army in the country, and you had your own struggles and challenges because coming as an immigrant is never that easy. I came as an immigrant. I had to um create a life for myself. I had to start from the beginning. Had to build up new connections. So tell us about when you had picked up content creation. That yes, this is a project I'm gonna go and take in parallel. Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I think first year, like when I started this, first year was the most challenging one, like, because I didn't even have my own. I still don't have my own house here in Ireland. It's like actually quite hard to buy a house or even to rent a house. So I was renting a room there, and from that room to and go to my daily job. At
Yeah.
some times,
Yeah.
I even had two jobs, and I was doing I think 70 hours a week going those. So waking up at 6 in the morning, finishing at I think at 12,
Okay.
12 or 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. or something. I would just get 6 hours, and when I would have free time, or I would think about how I can work on my social media, what to do, what it works, how to start. When even when I had some like a day off, I would just even coordinate with my cameraman so he has a day off as well, so we can go and film. And I was, when you work so much, like 60 hours a week, you would just want to rest. But
Yeah.
I knew that I had to keep going. For a year, like I didn't get a lot of views. My first videos, I don't know, I think 10 or 15 videos, each video would get like 50, 100 views or something like that. So yeah, it was quite hard, but it was quite daunting. Like a little bit disappointing because you would, I know, it's like you'd work. It's like going to a job, work and I get paid, and you have to come again and work and I get paid. You just like, I don't want to do this. It's quite hard to do that, push yourself in doing that. So, but I knew, yeah, I knew a thing like it's will work out. Like I never, I didn't expect big things out of it. Like I know it was like, maybe I'll make a living, maybe I'll make as much as my current job. Yeah, but I was like, I need to keep going. And first year, like, I did not have anybody there, like, as a, I don't know, another creator to ask, hey, how can I do there? What works? What doesn't work? And all that. I didn't have anyone. So first years was quite hard. I didn't know. It's like, now I know I can give to anybody, like, a tip how to, how to do better, what works, what camera, how to make a video, all that. Like I didn't even know how to edit. I didn't even know how a program for editing works. I had to just learn everything online. It's good thing because you can learn on YouTube anything you want to learn. It's just, yeah, you don't even need to go to school. You just go there and like. So I didn't know. First year, like, everything was new for me, but I just had to keep going. And after some months and months, I was like, step by step, yeah, just going up there. I saw it. And when I was at the right step, I just quit my job and I was like, I just want to do this, because if it was like making as much as makes my current job, my social media, but I was like, I'm like doing it for myself. And it's, yeah. And I choose when to work and when not to work, when to work at home, to work at my house and edit videos, and we're also when to go in public and film them actually. And that was, yeah, and I like that. I was like, that's for me.
Yeah, and so there are so many different ideas that you have done pranks on. So
Yeah.
how did you come up with those ideas? Yeah,
Well,
what inspires those ideas?
some of them, like Bushman prank, of course, it's not my people. I don't know when it started in the United States. I think it's the first person to do it. He was not doing for social media. I think he was doing for just getting tips in public. I think it was like 20 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
And then a few years ago, when I started 6 years ago, there weren't many Bushmen in the world. Right now, even Europe has every country one of them. But back then, like 6 years ago, only United States were, and they were doing okay. Yes, I liked it, but I was like, okay, I like this idea, what they're doing, but I want to do it as well, but I want to do it differently. So what I then is, so I just took the idea, created a costume, and I
Yeah.
created a better costume, created even better editing. Like I saw that they actually don't have a cameraman; they just put the camera there, standing there, and it's like they are just. But me, I was like, I need to maybe invest something and pay somebody to do that job. I actually film the reaction. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit more investment, but I need to do that better filming, better editing, and better costume. So it's like, so I just took the idea, but I improved it quite a few times, and it worked. It was something which I was like, I was getting a lot more views because of that, and I was like, yeah, it's an investment, it's a lot more work, but it's totally worth it. And that's, yeah. But other ideas, like some of them, like I took them from other creators and I improved them a lot. I took like 10% or 20% and added from me, and some of them I created myself, and I have other costume which actually they've been created specifically for me. It's they cost quite a lot, those costumes, but because also Pinterest, just buy pictures there or something. Sometimes I would just go out in the gym working out. I've done it quite a few times, and I work out there, and an idea pops up in my head, and then but I have to write it down. I've seen, because I have many ideas, and then I forget. But then I just take my phone out and I write it down, and later on I do the idea. Sometimes it's diversify. Some other ideas from other creators, some of them on my own. It's just because I have not just one idea, they're not one costume. So it's like I have to talk specifically about them. But yeah, it's diversified. Not, yeah.
Diversified. That's a beautiful word that you have mentioned, diversified, and on this diversified project. So, also as a part of this podcast, a lot of people, the viewers who are watching this and listening to Nickxar's story, would now get to know who the person behind the costume is. So, people always see you in the costume, and they don't know who the person is,
Yeah.
who Nickxar is. So today, as a part of the Diversified project, we are here exposing your story and getting people to know more about you and your life experience and your journey. Yes. So, yeah. So let's talk about like, are there other people who are doing similar pranks in other countries, or did this project very similar ideas spread out, or we are doing well, as you've mentioned that initially you got an idea. There was somebody who was doing the project in the States,
Yeah.
and then you have completely changed it and added your own components to it and created your own version of different pranks. So, were your pranks adopted in other countries, or how do you see it like spreading out?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I've seen like I didn't know like when I started all this,
Yeah.
I had some expectation, but not as big or something to grow into such. I have now it's like to pe- let's say to make people start their own social media
Yeah.
based on my idea, because I motivated them to do. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Even in Ireland, I have a friend who started social media as well.
Okay.
And he told me like actually it's because you motivated me because seeing your videos I'm doing it as well. And but in other country, even let's say in Africa, I have like a few people there. Like I actually know a person. I don't know him like person to person, but he
Yeah.
tags me in his videos showing me that hey Nick, like
Wow.
look at my videos, look at that. I was like, what do you think all that? In other
Wow.
countries, when I see their video, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like I've done that before. I'm like, and I'm like, it's like people starting doing and
Yeah.
doing like starting a job as well, having a career because it's and
Right.
taking ideas from me. That makes me happy. I'm like,
Right.
it's like I have a small impact in people's
Definitely a big
life.
impact, a really big impact. Like you have inspired people, like the person in Africa who reached out to you to maybe start his own living, probably by doing these pranks, and also giving them courage to come outside and do these things, and to yes, to give that courage and inspiration to people as well. It was a very beautiful, positive effect of
Yeah,
yeah, your pranks.
yeah. Even
Yeah.
last year, I've been to a wedding in Italy,
Okay.
and I was there. And at the wedding, the groom was telling me, after the after my wedding, I'm gonna start my own YouTube channel based when like because what you do, I'll do the same, like similar. Like, what do you think that's gonna work? And I was like, sure, go for it. It's gonna work. 'Cause he was like, he was telling me that, oh, Nick, I took it actually because I met you. Like, actually, before his wedding, I met him like a couple months. Yeah. And then he invited me to his wedding.
Yeah.
And then he told me the news. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And even to this day, we actually work together.
Wow.
Even to this day, he actually is quite successful. He
In
has like,
Italy.
I think 500,000 followers just on TikTok. So,
Really?
yeah.
And doing the and applying the similar concept in Italy. So he's
Yes.
doing it too. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and at his
Yeah.
wedding, he told me
Yeah.
the news. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, do some social media as well.
Yeah.
And he quit his job. He's been in a job for, I think, I don't know, 13 years or something, and he quit his job just to do social media. And now,
Right.
time to time, we work together.
Yeah, right. Beautiful. That's an amazing story of all the impact and inspiration that you have given to people around the world. And it's also about courage. That how much courage you have. It takes a lot of courage to go out and do these tasks or conduct these projects. Now, another thing I would like to talk to you about is about how your life how your life currently is like. How do you manage your time when you are you fully involved into Nickxar project, or do you also do some parallel project? Do you also work on some parallel projects? So how does the time management or
Yeah,
day in a Nickxar's life looks like?
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like at the beginning you don't know, you never expect how big it could be
Yeah.
things, but it's like the more it grows, I have even more idea. I like actually I would like to plan to open even my own shop online so people can buy maybe some clothes from
Yeah.
me, or even yeah, maybe some toys or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So all these ideas, and then like I have to write down the ideas for Halloween, the normal ideas, maybe even the collaboration, and then I also have challenges like I make a video and I use some music there or something, and I have copyrights on my music, and that music is actually free to use and all that, and that takes time. That's also a thing which I have to do. It's like it's so time consuming, and this is just for my social media, which is like it's a full time. But besides that, also like investment, all that, maybe investing in a company. I like cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
People,
Yes.
yeah, whoever who knows about crypto,
Yeah.
they know what I'm talking about. I love crypto. I think actually
Right.
it's for the
Yeah.
future,
Yeah.
and I will also work on these ones as well, like investments or what I can do with my money, all that. It's yes, and then I have to the time for myself. I like working out. Like I work out in a week like 4 times a week or something. Yeah, and so putting all of this is like real time. Sometimes I complain, I don't know, to myself. I'm like, because there's 24 hours in a day,
Yeah.
and I was like, there should be more. It's not
More.
enough for me.
Right. Right. And can we say that are you still a one man's army? Or do you have people or friends supporting you with different tasks within Nickxar project?
Well,
How's
yeah. Like, at the
yeah.
moment, we're like me and another. We're like 3 people. We used to be five. So in the future, I'll be looking for some other editors. So yes, I
Okay.
have people who edit my stuff, who post on my. They have they have access to my social media, so they post my stuff online at certain times. I had to like kind of discover, like search what works, what time works to post on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, how to post, like all that.
Yeah.
So like to make a program.
Yeah.
So for all that, like I didn't realize, but now when I create something like this, a programmer, I write everything down. It's like creating a guideline.
Yeah.
So it's like my editor is like, you post at this time, or you post this kind of content, like. And like a few years ago or something, TikTok wasn't that big of a deal or something, like to make short videos, only long videos. But now it's like Facebook went into long videos, no, sorry, short videos, like I don't know, 1 minute video, TikTok as well, and YouTube as well, shorts. They
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like on YouTube recently, like from February, they
Yes.
started monetizing
Shorts.
short
Short
videos as
videos.
well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
So it's
good.
like I have to adapt as well,
Yeah.
and use that to my advantage. So all this, yeah, it takes time, and it's totally worth it to have a team to even invest and pay somebody, and to if you want to grow, which I do.
Right, right. So people who are starting as content creators, they're during COVID. I see that this industry has become so big, and a lot of
Yeah.
people are now starting the YouTube channels, going social on Insta, just like me as well. I started recently, and it's very demanding space to be in when you have a 9 to 5, and then the rest of the hours you have to completely dedicate to strategizing your content or marketing. There are so many new skills that you have to learn. Like right now, I'm learning how to edit, what times you have to schedule your videos, and there are this is digital marketing and social media space is so huge. Now, from your own experience of last 6 years of running Project Nickxar, what are the top few, the guidelines or top few recommendations you would have for the content creators who are getting into this field? Things that worked out for you from your own experience. Yeah.
Well, it's how can I say? So every topic on social media, like there could be work, let's say pranks, and then you have vlogs, and you have business videos.
Yeah.
Every topic has its own, how can I say, its own techniques. You have to study
Yeah.
each one of them in a particular. So it's like I only know only for pranks what works for me.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you want to start pranks, you have to look what works, how it works for pranks. If you
Yeah.
want to start like talking about business or vlogs, you have to know what works. So it's like my opinion on, I don't know what actually works for vlogs or for business videos and all that. I don't know, but I know what works for me. So I had to study what works for me, how I can edit my videos, how I can make people click on my pranks. Or so who wants to start making prank videos, they would have to. This is what I've seen that it works. The videos should be really, really funny,
Yeah.
and then when my video starts, should start with the best reaction there is,
Right.
and then choosing the best thumbnail there is, and
Yeah.
then adding even a nice background music.
Yeah.
So yeah, so but first of all, I focus on having the best reaction. So
Yeah.
my videos are based on reactions.
Reactions, true.
So
Yeah.
from 1 to 10, I choose to have them like at least an 8 or 9 or 10, 8, 9, 10, the best reactions. Yeah. I could go there and film for an hour and then go home, but I don't want that. I want to be proud of my videos and make it really, really funny.
Yeah.
Because I have reactions which are not very funny, but not that. So I save them there on a hard drive for later maybe. But I only post the funniest videos and the best thumbnail and the best title,
Yeah.
which I think, yeah. And over the years, like I learned like what it works.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you want to start, if somebody wants to start doing pranks, just try, and it's about funny videos to be the funniest, to make somebody laugh. Like have your friends look, hey, does this make you laugh or at least smile? And if it does, then yeah, you're doing a good job.
Right, right. And then achieving 6+ million subscribers, how did you feel when that, when 1 million crossed? I saw you're on the Insta, there was a photo of when, yeah, somebody reaches 1 million subscribers, YouTube sends the whole, how do you call it? They sent you
I think
that,
it's called the play
the
button.
trophy? The play button?
Yeah. The
Yeah, so,
first one is like 100,000.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Yeah. It is.
yeah.
And then the second one is at 1 million,
Yeah.
and then the third one is at 10, and after I think another one is like 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
like for me it's actually took a while because until I actually forgot to apply for that, but then it came the notification you have to apply for that, and
Right.
then like for me, yeah, growing into followers, all that, it's important for me, but for me it's more important to make really good videos.
Definitely.
To so yeah, so if I get views on my channel and I have a positive reaction to my videos, people really like it, that's what's important for me. That's what, yeah, because followers, yeah, sure, that's an achievement which I like. Be like YouTube,
Yeah.
it gives you a, I wish Facebook would do it as well, and Instagram as well, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have it at home, and yeah, it's very because it's big like this, and the other
Yeah.
one like 100,000 is a little bit
Right.
smaller. So
Yeah.
first one it's silver button, second one it's golden, and the third one it's diamond, I think. So
Very nice.
yeah, so it's something which I never thought I would have actually.
You see, and it all comes with the hard work and all the dedication and commitment that
Yeah.
you have put into all the work. Now it's not easy when you're a one-man army. You're starting that way. It's certainly not easy. There are a lot of sacrifices that are involved now. Where are we going with the project Nickxar? So what are your future plans with the project? If you would like to share some
Yeah.
insights on.
I plan like Ireland. It's a good country to prank all this. But
Yeah.
I've pranked so many people, not just one time, already 3, 4 times. And I plan to go to other countries as well, like Portugal or Spain, even Korea and Japan. Yes, like go and prank people there, and even have a collaboration with somebody there. But I never knew I'll have such plans actually. But now like I want to prank the entire planet.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and certainly that's what we look forward to it. And also, when it comes to the collaboration and sponsorships, are you currently working in collaboration with some projects, or do you have some sponsorships right now, or
No, I don't really do sponsorship. Also, maybe I need to find a manager to do that.
Okay.
So when like all the time, like companies, they just email me and all that, but like, and then I have to work out with them how much would they pay if I like it, what do I need to advertise, what the product they have.
Yeah.
So I only do it if I really like it. If I just do something, if they have a product which I don't like it, and I just don't do it for them just for the money. So I actually need to like the product.
Right.
And recently, which collaboration was with actually a horror movie,
Yeah.
which was at cinema, which is called Infinity Pool. Yes.
The one with the white costume
Yes.
and the scary looking faces. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I invited my friend from Italy also. Yeah.
Oh, and that's your friend from Italy who started doing the similar pranks in Italy?
Yeah,
He's
yes,
the same
yes.
person with you? Oh, right.
Yes, I talked to that movie production. I was like, if you can sponsor like 2 people, I have a friend from Italy to come over to Ireland. Are you willing to sponsor all that?
Yeah.
So they said yes, and also they sent the costumes which they filmed in the movie.
Okay.
They sent it to us. So and then we had I couldn't actually keep them because they were like Nick. send them back to us after you finished. I was like, oh, okay. I would have loved to keep something from a movie because I've never worked with a movie before. But that was a nice idea, a nice prank because it was actually something else. We had white suits and all that, so we were working out in the movie, and they told us they like the movie will be at cinema in 1 month and all that.
Okay. Wow, we gotta go and watch it.
Yeah, if you like horror movies,
Definitely.
yeah, because
Perfect.
it's kind of scary a
So,
little bit.
so the costume for this prank, right? So you had to send it back. How about the other costumes? There are several pranks you have done in the last many years. There are so many costumes. So what do you do with them? Do you keep them with you? Some I know there's some you create by yourself. Others you get it ordered. So what do you do with them?
What do I do with that?
There must be so many, like whole room full of just costumes, probably if you keep them.
Yeah, I do have, and like at the beginning,
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to like sort them out, which is which in a box or something,
Okay.
because I knew there if I had three costumes, I'm like, okay, it's three.
Okay.
But now I have, I think, like 50 of them or something, and in
Okay.
different boxes. So I don't know which is which. So now
Yeah.
I put all the boxes together for Halloween and then for Christmas and then for normal ones. And if I have some other costume which I'm currently working, like developing, building them up. So now if there is a box, I actually write them down, like Halloween, the
Yeah.
box, and if let's say I have a Pennywise. Movie, which is my favorite scary movie. So I'm like Halloween prank Pennywise, so writing on that because I know.
Okay.
Yes, I have so many at home. Like that's why I rented a house right now, so it's actually has extra rooms and just for my office where I work with my on my computer, and then another room for just my boxes and all that. And it's quite so many of them. And
Yeah.
if it's not enough, like even now I plan to even buy even more and more and more, like spend my money. It's
Yeah.
when I see like online like something like a new costume or some company they make, it does not matter how much it costs right now. If there is like 500 or 1,000 or even two, and I really love it,
Yeah.
I just do it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And Nickxar, how does your parents feel about all your accomplishments? So tell us about your family life or when you were growing up in Moldova. How was it? Something about your family? Or do you see them often?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
family is actually not that big. It's just me, my brother, and my mom,
Okay.
and she lives in Greece.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there many times. Greece is
Yeah.
a nice country, just to
Beautiful.
go there for holiday and all
Yeah.
that. Been there already 15 times, I think so.
Oh my God, I love Greece. I like the Mediterranean side of it. Yes,
Yeah, the
beautiful.
food there and everything. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Greece is something else.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's been there for the past, I think, 20 years. We kind of, yes, grew up with our grandparents and were some strangers taking care of us, me and my brother. So it was quite a hard life.
Okay.
Yeah, but then mom would visit us like once a year, coming to us and all. And now she still lives in Greece and she works there, and we are here in Ireland. Sometimes, yeah, she comes and visits us in
Okay.
Ireland.
Yeah.
And yeah, like she was actually very supportive about this. She said like, it will work out, just keep going. And I knew that. Like I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, like you were right. So yeah, like she supports me no matter what. If I have an idea or something, like she will, because I know at some moment I will succeed. I know. So my maybe I don't know, strangers they don't support me or something. Yeah, but my mom was, she will support me no matter what.
Right. Beautiful. You said your parents will always support you no matter what. They're always there.
Yeah,
Their confidence in us matters so much. So much.
yeah. They
Right.
might
Yeah.
not agree with what you would not understand which way, but they have to kind of like believe,
In you.
because it's
Believe in you. So Nixar, on the pranks again. So when before the prank materializes, right? We always see the happy part of it. And what about the back scenes of it? Would you like to describe a process behind one of your prank? Because it's definitely not an easy process. It needs a lot of preparation. So what is it like? I'm curious to know. I'm
yeah,
sure a lot of people will be curious to know about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it gave me an idea here because I always wanted to know how people how long it takes, what it takes to have my videos done. Like if I have a funny video where for 7-10 minute video or something, that yeah, somebody can watch it in 10 minutes, we're done. But for me making that, it's actually takes a lot. Like sometimes If I'm lucky, it takes a day. Just filming, going there out, in the cold or warm outside. Ireland's kind of more cold, cold country. And then another day for editing, and yeah, that's already 2 days. Sometimes it takes 3 days, 2 days for filming, and another day for editing, or even 2 days for editing, and there could be like 4 days for 10-minute video. It's because I put it's like I'm proud of my videos. Like I really do. I'm a perfectionist, so it's like I want them to be as best as possible, as good as possible.
Yeah.
So I put I specifically choose which reaction goes first and second and third and so on. So yeah, and when I film, I have usually like over 100 reactions, or 150, 120 reaction in a movie. In that, like, and from 150, yes, I can choose to only use 80 or 70 like that, and the rest of it like just like I save them for later, maybe to use them or maybe not. And yeah, and like sometimes people who like, especially people who dislike my videos, or you think that it's not, if they think like it's not funny enough or something, just I wish they would just know how long it
Effort is
takes,
taken. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's a lot of effort. It's more than you would imagine. I
Yeah.
also didn't know that. And one also, like, I don't think also when I watch other creators videos, I don't know like how long it
It
takes.
takes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think I'll be making actually a video to show people how long it takes, because I've never actually done it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very important to show people that how much effort it takes, because I myself didn't knew. We enjoy watching the videos, we enjoy watching the social media, but oh my God, the effort that it goes in, I think it's more than my 9 to 5 job, I would say, and all the investment that you have to do with your times, at times sacrificing your weekends, sacrificing your sleep hours
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I
Yeah,
worked
so much. Yeah.
in the past 4 years. I worked almost every second weekend.
See?
When people go to the sea where they coffee, where I
Yeah.
rest,
Yeah.
I'm working there. Like
Right.
people
Yeah.
when people get scared there in
Yeah.
public, like I already
Right.
got used to this. But sometimes I like to do something else for my personal life. But I work so almost every second weekend in the past 4 years. It's so, because especially my videos are, I find them. I mean, I could still do them on Monday, Tuesday, on that. But the best videos, the happiest people are on the weekend when they
All
go
right.
out or go for drinks and all that. Like they are so like easygoing. They just, yeah, like, and they're like, that's how I create the best videos. When you scare a person who is on a Monday, works on Monday or Tuesday, he's after work. He can still react, but it's not like the same like on a weekend. And yeah,
Interesting.
weekend people are the best,
Yeah.
especially when after they had a drink, they're just let loose and they're like so happy. Like
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
about
Right.
Irish culture.
Right. And that's something very important that you have mentioned about that the weekend people are more happier. So would your shootings be more over the weekends
Yeah,
then?
yeah,
They are more
yes.
concentrated. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Over
That's
the
a
weekends,
nice way.
Friday, I've
Yeah.
seen like Friday and Saturday are the best. Sunday
Yeah.
as well, but on Sunday, so many kids. Every
Right.
kids they just are around me, and like I'm like taking
Happily.
pictures here
Yeah.
and there with my kid, and it's like sometimes it's kind of too much,
Yeah.
too many kids on the
Right.
Sunday. But
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday are the best, and then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday,
Yeah.
I edit my videos and I post them.
Lovely. And may I also ask, just one question coming up in my head is about protection. Were you protected by, some kind of a law when you go out on the out in the environment for pranks, or say for the singer, or where people come. How should I say? So, is there a kind of government protection that's given to people who are performing outdoors? Were you ever protected by some kind of a law? Or
No,
not really?
I'm
You
not
were all
protected.
independent.
I
You
have to
were.
defend myself.
You have to. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. You have to defend yourself. So,
Yes, yeah,
yeah.
like every time or something,
Right.
like I have to sort things out there. So
Right.
yeah, I had many experience, many where people it would be angry or something. I would need to know how to settle things there or something. Yes, even
Right.
yeah, I had only
Okay.
quite a few times when Garda came and they just actually they defended us, but because some homeless people would like whatever would try to, I don't know, make some problems for us, and the guards they came
Right.
and like they actually right now they know our stuff what we're doing.
Okay. Now they
So
know.
yeah, even
Right.
sometimes
Yeah.
people won't complain or something, they
Yeah.
just they do their jobs, but they actually don't have anything against us, the police,
Right.
because I try to well, my pranks to not to be offense and all
Yeah.
that, to people to have a good time. So
Yeah.
yeah, so everyone is happy.
Right. And even when you were doing the Bushman prank, right? When you started initially, were there any kind of barriers to know you cannot do it, it's not allowed, or we don't
Yes,
permit
yeah.
it? So how did you overcome those?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
especially in front of the places where, like, let's say in front of a shop or in front of a mall or something like this, like security always comes out very fast and like
Okay.
say to me, "Oh, I cannot do it here." Where they actually, sometimes I could do it here because it's like it's public property or something like this. But I
Right.
also had this is one instance where I had to know what I could do, what I can't do, what works, what doesn't. So yeah, security, but they will always like kind of kick us out or trying, or even like the staff from the shops. You know what? Go there because we don't want you here. But I was allowed to do it there. Not in the shop, I'm not, but outside the shop somewhere, like if I'm not covering the shops or whatever they sell there at the window or something,
Right.
I'm pretty allowed there. So now I actually know the spots where, and yeah.
Right, and also about, when somebody is trying to take that step that now I'm going to go out in the public and I'm going to take this step ahead. It takes a lot of courage and, yeah, a lot of strength, internal strength. How did you work on that strength? Yeah, initially, how was it? Now I know, now you're
How
immune to it, but back then, how
even
would it been?
Yeah, even
Yeah,
now,
even
like
now?
I, every person is different. I've seen people who are like me. I'm a quite a shy person. Yeah, but other people, like, since I've actually met people who started social media, and it was easy from the first day. But me, like, whenever I try to do a new video and like a new prank, new idea, because I worry how it's gonna work, if it will be easy, or how people will react and all that, and I stress myself out about that. And then doing it the first time, a second, then after that, I know how it works. For me, it's actually because I know what to expect, and I'm not worried anymore. But whenever I'm doing something new, I'm worried. I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's always like that. So,
Right.
but pranks which I've done them in the past, I'm not stressed about them anymore. I'm like actually feel very comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. I may also ask you something really, I don't know. It's a funny thing at times because pranks can be really shocking for people. Some people might kind of, fall down, they roll down. How do you handle that situation,
Oh yeah.
Some people get really freaked out, and I've seen some of the videos where, like, they get really shocked and yeah, so how do you handle that scenario?
Well, first,
Yeah.
what like actually I've had like examples, instances where people broke their phones,
Oh
and I
no.
had to pay for their phones, and
Oh.
yes, and I have cash with me now. Like
Yeah.
every time, like I have some cash with me to pay their phones, and I paid a few phones already. Like,
Oh, right.
yeah, and it's
Oh,
phones are not like cheap. They cost
no.
an iPhone, or they're not cheap. So, and other times when they fell down or something, like we're like,
Yeah.
I'm glad they were actually very happy with us or something.
Yeah.
Like we, of course, we said, hey, I'm sorry, like it is meant to be, fine and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
And because I love Irish people, Irish culture, how people are here, were actually cool with that. They were
Cool.
laughing.
Yeah.
Some of them,
Yeah.
they actually, many times they actually come to me and they thank, hey, thank you for that. Actually, I had a nice, like a blast. I had a nice reaction. I had a nice,
Okay.
good moment. So some of them, they actually come besides me or something, and they tell me, oh, I wish you scared me, because I'm like, oh, now you know next time, because some of them actually pretend that they don't know me, don't know and they walk by, but I
Yeah.
see it actually after all these years, I read people's faces. I
Okay.
know who to scare, who I don't scare. Actually, no,
Right. It's an
it's like
intuition, Bill said.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
psychology, and
Right.
yeah, and I know who to scare. Like even
Yeah.
me and my cameraman doing this, like me and my cameraman, we don't even have to talk which to scare from there. Like say 10 people, from 10 people, we're gonna scare a couple. I don't need him to tell we're gonna scare that. He knows I will scare that, and
Yeah.
like we know. Sometimes we just confirm it, but we
Yeah.
choose the exact people because it's
Who
so
can take it?
yeah. Those people will have the greatest reaction.
Lovely, very nice, and it's so amazing listening to you, and and I think a lot of people will enjoy listening to your story today. Now, let's talk about like when you came to Ireland, and now in 6.5 years, life as an immigrant. How would you sum it up? Would you be able to summarize when your journey started in Ireland and now where it is?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Ireland now I consider like how can I say like I feel here like my family here like it's my country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I came 6 years ago, but I don't feel like I am an outsider and all that. Like it's so because Irish are like so welcoming since the first day I saw that they when I couldn't find a job all that asking for the advice or something were so open to that to help. That's why like I'm able to do such amazing videos, such reactions because they how Irish people are. So now I just feel like I it's very for me. I feel like home. I just can walk in any building or something. I will not feel I will not feel necessarily feel that I am outside this place or something. I feel like you know what I belong to this place.
Yeah, definitely. Beautiful. Same for me as well. Now, when I go back to Delhi, and in 3 weeks, it's like, oh, I need to go home now. And so Ireland is second home. And it's just like, I want to come back because now my whole life is here. The memories that I have built in the last 8 years, everything is here now. But do, I miss family, I miss parents. But then you create your own life, you create your own empire, yeah, around you. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
so you even you meet new people, new friends, and all that, and you just create a place where you belong.
Yeah, and tell us about. I would like to ask you about the role model, a person you would reach out to. You know, you're making people happy all the time, but it takes a lot of encouragement. But sometimes, as human beings, we can feel that we need more motivation. We need somebody to uplift us or listen to us. Who is that person in your life you will reach out to in those scenarios? But I know we know you're a happy person. You're always, charming
Yeah,
and very happy, very positive. But still, we do have
yeah. We
some
have
at
the
times
moments.
where, yeah, yeah,
Well, that's why like we have friends in our life. I have I have a good friend who, yeah, his name is actually Mike. He also
okay,
does some. He also started doing some social media as well, like the
okay,
same what I do.
okay,
But he's also a positive person, and every time when I have to discuss or something, I feel like he will understand me. And sometimes when I need some support or something, we'll discuss an idea, we'll discuss a scenario or something. Like I just talk to him because when I need some extra support, usually it's like like I like to face the challenges myself. If there is I cannot face this on my own, then I like ask for support for help. But first, I'm like I'll try to do it myself. That's how I am. Like whenever I don't know an answer to a question or a difficult challenge or something, I'll try to do it, and usually I actually succeed in doing it, no matter what it is.
yeah,
And if I don't succeed, I'm like, it is what it is. I am not like unhappy about it
yeah,
because I had my failures in life as
yeah,
well. I had quite a few of them.
yeah.
So I'm,
The
try.
failures.
It's, if it doesn't, something doesn't work out for me, it's just life. As long as we have in Moldova, all people say this thing: if you have healthy, if you're healthy,
Yeah,
like if you are
healthy.
healthy,
Yeah,
then you're gonna have everything. Like no matter
right,
just that's the first thing we
right.
need. That's what everyone says in my
Absolutely.
country, Moldova.
Yeah,
Just worry about that. If you
yeah,
lose, I don't know, some money today, where you lose something, or I don't know, you lose your job.
yeah,
Okay, you can get another job. But
yeah.
if if you have health, that's the what was it?
If you lose your health, you lose everything.
Yeah,
Probably that's the right way to say
yeah,
it.
you could be
Yeah,
the richest man in the
yeah,
world, but if you're not healthy, if you have struggle with your health, you have a disease, or like you're sick and all that, you're not gonna be happy because oh, I'm
right.
so rich and all that.
Yeah,
So it's like first we should put us first, our health as
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. So, thanks for everyone who is watching us today and listening to Nickxar's story and life experience. And now, today, everyone knows who is the person behind those costumes. And would you like to share more,
Yeah,
Nick?
thank you for having me. So
Yeah.
I hope people now will know more about me, about the person who is under that costume. It's a real person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you had a good time listening to my story here.
Yeah, and thanks for being here with us. Thanks for sharing your story, and it was great having you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.